Hello YouTube! Last year in 3.0 I started a new account to see if I could beat the endgame in 1 month again, pulling Aglaea and Mydei to do that. But after finishing that speedrun, instead of dumping that account, I decided to keep playing it, reinforcing the team with Anaxa, then Sunday, and eventually the free Archer. Put out a couple of video updates following this progress, but stopped doing them around Cyrene's release because I knew from my experience with my Firefly account that this Amphoreus account would only get stronger, and I was already doing videos destroying the endgame each patch with the Firefly account. There wasn't much point on doing it on 2 separate accounts. But I know many subs joined the channel during those Amphoreus videos and wanted to know what happened to that account. And with Starward mode raising the challenge, it's a good time to catch up on the Amphoreus account and see how it does today. I did keep playing the Amphoreus account for a bit after stopping making videos about it. I pulled Cyrene when she released. She is so important for making the Amphoreus DPS feel functional, as well as her E1 and E2. These Eidolons definitely improve her character feel significantly. Aglaea was starting to struggle at the end of Amphoreus, so when she has her 3.8 rerun, I pulled her Lycone and her E1 to help her out. Of course, we picked up the free Sparkle in 4.0, and the last thing I did really was pull the Hyacine and her Lycone in her rerun the following patch. Even with Cyrene's E2, I think that Hyacine is kinda required to make the Amphoreus characters feel good to play. It was at this point that I stopped actively doing events and clearing on this account. My campaign is still at the start of playing Arcadia, so there's a lot of reserve pulls if I were to start playing it again. In addition, they give you a bunch of resources for coming back. So the account has been mostly inactive for the past 6 months. The one thing I did do since then was log in to grab the Robin Golden Companion and upgrade to her to E2. The speed boost is nice for Aglaea, but Robin is starting to show her age at this point. No, the Whirlpool in this account is not from a Golden Companion. She's been here since the beginning back in 3.1. And of course, with the Fate collab returning, I did pick up the Archer E1. Overall, this is probably one of the weaker Amphoreus accounts, avoiding both the Remembrance team and Finon. Let's see how it does a year later, starting with the Apocalyptic Shadow. On the first side, we are going to use, actually, Anaxa. Anaxa is a character I don't really use that much anymore. Part of the problem is his vertical is not that good, so he has been falling off. But also, he's better at single target, ironically. And we just haven't had that many single target bosses for him to abuse. So, a lot of AoE, a lot of minions spawning, soaking up bounces. So he has struggled, but once in a while, especially in Apocalyptic Shadow, where he does a lot of toughness, we do have fights like this that are pretty good for him. Here, it's a longer fight, so we can use this on Tribi. Boosting her damage contribution is pretty valuable. And now our goal is going to be to destroy these shields with as little input as possible from Anaxa. We want Anaxa's single target toughness damage going on actual Argenti, so we will be using this AoE from the team to get these weakened. Anaxa takes his natural turn, and then right after we engage Emblem Anaxa to give him an extra turn. Big chunk of damage from Cyrene. Okay, so hopefully this kills these shields in one skill. So the second skill can go on, on Argenti. Great. We can probably just pull up Anaxa right away. Okay, we can do toughness damage here. This is fine. Toughness damage is fine. Okay, we are going to get enough points to bring Anaxa up. So we're going to do that. Okay. Now, this ult is safe. It's not going to break the boss. And this is good. Okay, so now we're going to break with the first one. And then we're going to pull up Anaxa again. Cyrene is sort of close, but I think we can pull up with Tribi. Just do this right away. That sets Cyrene at 0 action value. That's pretty good. So here we can skill again, and now we wait for Cyrene's turn. She takes her turn, and then now we eagle her again. Pull up Anaxa again. I'm not using Hyacine because I think she's more useful to us after the break, after the phase 2 starts. Okay. Oh, that's pretty close. Let's see if we can finish this. Hopefully we can. Yeah, I think we're fine. Perfect. Okay, so he's going to spawn shields. And now we're going to use our ults, debuff everybody with wind, and do some toughness damage to everything. Okay. Great. So I think I want to skill here, because I think the turn after she might need to be doing toughness damage to Argenti, and I don't want her to have to reskill then. Same thing here. Okay, Anaxa's right there, so we're gonna wait for his natural turn. And then pull him up. And actually I will use this tribute ult here as well. Okay, ideally we can kill this in one skill. Do we pull up Anaxa? I guess we do. He's going to spawn shields after this. And I don't really want them to... I want to make sure that he can hit them. So I'm going to save the ult for that. So I'm going to just skill here and wait for the shields. Since I'm not breaking anywhere at this point. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now he spawns shields. And we repeat. We debuff everything. Yeah, so this is fine. Okay. I think we are going to wait for Anaxa's natural turn, maybe? Okay. Oh, he's taking toughness damage, actually. It's pretty good. Okay, Tribi advances. And now we skill. Break. Okay, now we basically repeat what we had done before. Okay, I think I do want to Hyacine there. Okay, skill. Let's wait for Cyrene. Okay. Same thing. We Tribi. I think this is just over. Alright. And then we repeat. 17-14. Okay, note 2. We are running Archer. This fight really is designed just for Archer. But one thing that is different is we're not running Saridra. And that's because in my experience, for better or worse, this fight gives so much skill points that having Saridra is less helpful than actually just getting more turns out of RMC. So if you have been running Saridra, or maybe even Rin, I think RMC just might be better a lot of times. So here I want to have full skill points once I'm buffed with RMC. So I'll just stop here. This is all fine. We can use our ult here. Get skill points back. Okay, let's see. Can we get him in front? Yeah, we can. That's actually pretty good. Get the follow-ups out of the way. Okay. So now we can just do follow-ups into these to break these. He does spawn the shields. It's unfortunate we can't quite break them. We'll just rebuff him here. I think we'll just break the boss with the... Because if we touch him right now, he's going to break. And I think we just want to break these shields. Ironically, with the changes they made to this boss, they made him very similar to Flame Reaver. Okay. Okay. That's a break. And that's actually fine. So you see what I mean by how many skill points he's gotten? So we use the weak arrows against him. I think we want everything to be buffed at this point, so this is fine. He's gonna get pulled up right away after his turn ends. Okay, so these don't do as much damage to the boss as killing the ghosts on Flame Reaver, but they do reduce damage on him by 10% each. So right now they represent about 7 to 8% per arrow, which is definitely not what we're doing. So it's still worthwhile killing them. Okay, so now all of them are dead. We can focus the boss now. And Mem comes right back. So many skill points. Okay. The question now is, do we want to just use this ult? I think we just do. Okay, now he gets his new stacks, and the way to do this boss is always weird. I found that, I guess, making sure to break his toughness is valuable. So you definitely want to just start by focusing on him, more so than the lances, until he's broken at least. Okay, get these follow-ups on the boss. Notably, breaking him will delay him by a little bit. Okay. The follow-ups. We kind of want to use the actual. We have 3 follow-ups to use. We kind of want to use them on these spears now to break them. I think we are okay using this ult here because we are going to be breaking the boss. Okay, use the weakest arrows to break these. Huo can break that last one with a basic. Okay. Okay. Yeah, break this like that. This is fine. Action advance everybody. Okay, so breaking these, I think 2 arrows break one of these, or the boss. I think we just want to kill the lance. Yep. Finish this last lance. I guess buff everybody, this is fine. Just action advance him right away. Okay. Pull him right back up. Two more arrows, I believe. And then hopefully these follow-ups just kill him. $17.35. Nice. Okay, finally we have the banana, which is not ideal for Aglaea, but it's our best bet. We're using Gen instead of Huo for the toughness and AoE hitting that this fight requires. And so we're gonna skill here. And ult right away. So the question now is, will I even pull up Aglaea? I do. But do I ult her? Her damage in this beginning doesn't really matter. So I think I'm not gonna actually ult her. I'm gonna let this dragon go out, and I'm gonna let the minion go out, and then I'm going to actually ult. Oh, I guess I am going to ult her. Normally, I would not have expected that energy to hit on Robin, but since it did, we can take advantage of this. And Robin ult right away. Otherwise, I would have Sunday ulted Robin just to start this chain. Okay. This is fine. Is there any reason to do this? I guess not, actually. I guess there is. I want the dragon to be in front of the TV. So the dragon does toughness damage to the T-Rex. And so this is going to take a while. Aglaea's damage is unfortunately just a bit low. And not have it, like, she actually doesn't really have a very good buff on this stage either, right? Her main buff is only... she gets some speed whenever she hits enemies that are broken. So, not great, not great. I am considering ulting Dan here. Just to get his ult faster. I think I'll do that. Because Aglaea's actual damage in this beginning doesn't matter that much. Okay. TV's gonna wake up. TV's up. I think this should flip us over. Yeah. So I think we're gonna ult right away here. Yeah, and see, it's just, it's very slow. It's very slow. Dan, do I want to keep Dan's dragon up? I guess I'll ult here. He'll probably get another ult back before the wake up. But yeah, unfortunately, as you see, it's just not very fast. I think I can skill here. And that's kind of the unfortunate thing, is sometimes you'll just have to put a lot of these older characters on stages where they just don't have a buff helping them. And they do suffer without proper vertical investment. So, well, Aglaea does need some help. Okay. I'm actually not going to trigger his ult. How far away is TV? TV's pretty far, I guess. Okay, maybe I will. I'll probably have like 2 more skills before they come back. Okay. And you see how frustratingly close it is? Like, I mean, maybe it's not even that close, but these TVs are going to wake up, unfortunately. I'll actually need to basic him. Okay. Gonna wait for her turn. Here. This will get us advanced. Okay. More energy for Robin, that's unfortunate. Okay. Oh, I could have played that a little better. I could have ulted this right away and then had her ult in front of him. But it is what it is. More energy for Robin. I feel like this energy should never target somebody who already has full energy, but who am I to make demands? On the bright side, if we break this guy, we'll get a whole new set of ults, which would be helpful for the next wave. Yeah, that's actually not terrible. It's not ideal either, but this is gonna break. Okay, TVs wake up. Before they detonate their energy, we can use our ult here. Yeah, they're gonna damage our energy a little bit. This is fine. So action advances a little bit. So that's pretty good, actually. Okay, pull us up. This TV is gonna get hit by the guy on the right. I'm gonna wait for her natural turn. I want to be skilling here to get the ult back. Okay. They wake up. Robin's out. Just need to break a couple of these TVs, so maybe like this one and these two. I think we're fine. So I'm just gonna basic this. That's okay. I guess these are fine. As good as any others. That one's broken already, so we can just do these. Okay, she can go up again. I'm gonna save these dragons. They don't help with damage, but they help with breaking, and we're gonna have to break again. I guess the dragons are gonna be rolling anyway, so might as well just use them. $14.98. We have a Robin ult in 112. Okay. I guess it's nice that we don't have to wait for a ramp up this time around. This should be faster than the first time. Skill. Okay, she's gonna get her energy before Sunday's turn. 1389 is disgusting. Okay. Skill. And advance. Yeah, so they're gonna wake up. And that sucks, but it is what it is. Ults. Maximize energy. Yeah, it's just a little bit of investment too low. She needs like 2 or 3 more like cones or Eidolons on this team to really make it work. Could have used this faster, but I'll do it now. Okay, this is actually a pretty decent ult. Dragon's gonna hit that once, and then Dan can hit that another time, so we're gonna be focusing on these 3, I guess. Okay. And now we move over to these. Cool. Okay, so at least this dragon is going to be doing toughness damage. Okay. I kind of want to pull him up. Is that wrong? Like a low key. This is just more toughness damage. It's gonna break the boss. Okay, Robin's gonna come out. Okay. This guy has more toughness damage. Okay. Let's see. If we hit these in the middle, this is going to... Yep. What a long fight, but I think we're finally out of here. Out of the jungle. Buff everything up. No reason to be shy. And this is a pretty disgusting score, but there's 2 other teams to help us out, and it is enough. And this team would get help at some point, fairly soon. There is an upgrade coming for this team, which is important. Next up is Memory of Chaos. Alright, against Flame Reaver, we are going to use Archer. Archer has a decent matchup against him. I think Seele has a slightly better one, because you don't have to worry about Sparkles and Flame Reaver's turns lining up, and Archer getting kind of bullied by armor on Flame Reaver, but the Archer clear is fine. It's a little bit slower, but it is more reliable. You have to fish less for the correct results. Okay. Get our boosted arrow. Here we could use a follow-up, a skill to buff up Surge, but it's actually, I think, more important to get this skill point there. And it's one of the unfortunate things about low investment level on this team is the light cones that you get from these teammates, they do provide a lot of skill points, so you have less opportunities to skill with them until you get those light cones. Okay, so here this is going to bring him low, but I actually don't want to kill him. Yeah, I'm going to stop here. We're going to save these skill points. I think this is fine. And generate another skill point here. Okay, so now Sparkle gets this pull, and this pull is important. This is this energy is why I wanted to wait. So he's gonna kill this, I think, with 2. Yeah, this should be enough. Okay, we're good to go. Flame Reaver's turn. Flame Reaver gives us the energy we were looking for. Perfect. Okay, let's pull up Archer here. We could have waited for his natural turn, but I wanted him to take his turn first so that Saridra and Danhan can use his follow-ups off of the ult. Okay, so we lower this a bit. Lower that a bit. Now, with 2 follow-ups, I don't think we're going to be quite able to kill all of these. So just an arrow there. This ult clears that. That's unfortunate. That went to the wrong direction. Close to killing. Hopefully these ults and the dragon wrap these things up. Let's, this gets us... Okay. Saridra ults. It'd be great if she kills this. Okay, she does. Great. Okay, so now new set of ghosts comes out. Sparkle gets energy again. Great. Nice. Oh, that was an enhanced one, so that's why I killed. So the question is, when do you stop? And I think generally, because each ghost, it does 5%, I think it's almost always to at least try to kill them without using 2 arrows. But you do want to kill all of them and prioritize killing them. So I think they're gonna die to the turbulence. So I think we can start going after him, actually. Yeah. Sure. Skill points. Okay, pulling my head. Do have to send 1 arrow into this. Three. Oh, maybe this is too early. I don't know. I don't think we're getting to the ult. A little too early. Alright. I really would rather not have this happen on Sparkle's turn, so I do want to do everything in my power to try to push him over. Oh, come on. What if this little left tap will be enough? What do we think? I really don't want to have to pull up Archer and then have him spawn with 8 shields. Okay, that's fine. Okay. It's a bit of wasted damage, but everybody gets pulled up. Okay. Gonna have plenty of skill points. Two arrows here will probably kill it. We have a turn before he goes. I'd rather be sending high energy arrows into him than low weak energy ones, but think this goes into him now. And we try to take down that ghost with chip damage. If I do this pull up, we're not going to have any skill points to kill him with. Okay. Pull him up. Kill that. And now he's going to take his turn. Spawn ghosts. These ghosts are less important to focus fire because they contribute less to his HP, the second wave. So really, we just kill one of them, I think, and just focus on the boss now. Ghosts will disappear, and that's it. Alright, night 2, or rather fight 2, we will use Aglaea. Not ideal. She does struggle a bit because this is mostly a single target fight, but she will do her best. And keep in mind, this team is not too over-invested, so still room for growth. So here we're going to focus on these elites on the left. And the reason for that is because the elite on the right gets a mechanic that once we break him, after hitting him 7 times, he will take extra damage. So we want to exploit that. So we want to kill the enemy on the left first, so that until the other mechanic gets turned on, while also keeping these enemies alive together as long as possible, so that, you know, we can actually take advantage of our cleave. Here we can skill, but at some point we will start to want to basic Huo, because we need skill points for the boss. Okay, decent dodge here on Aglaea. Wouldn't want her to die. So I think this is probably the last set of attacks that we do against the enemy on the left. Get the attack buff on us by breaking him. And now we switch over. Gotta get an ult here. Beautiful. And we go back to basicing, I believe. Alright, so now the robot went into its mechanic. Okay, here I will get the ult energy for my Aglaea, but I want the robot to get weakened first before I trigger it. So I think I'm going to, even if I get it, I'm going to let the mem take its turn. This advances the robot up, and now that he is weakened, now I will use this ult. Here, I guess I will ult here. So I will not use the Robin ult. That I know that much. And the reason is, I want to have Robin's ult available for the start of the next wave. So we will try to finish this without using any ults, and this will allow us to also, of course, farm up some extra energy across the whole team. Okay, so he's down, which means we just spam this Robin ult and started at the 0 action value of this cycle. Yeah, we take our turn and then ult right away. It's really too bad. You know, one thing that would be nice for her is if she had some kind of overflow. All the other big ults characters have overflow protection, and she's the only one that doesn't. It's kind of unfortunate. It's also unfortunate she has no way of converting this cleave damage that's not happening into something single target, some kind of bounce in her kit. I can do one skill point here. But after this, we are going to have basic, basically non-stop. Okay. Huohuo takes her turn, maxes out her skill points. And now Murata Grafia takes her first turn. She's going to stun somebody. Yeah, unfortunately it's Aglaea. But this is why we were banking the skill points. Please don't die. Okay, thank you. I really don't like how RNG that mechanic is. I feel like the second time you skill, you use the skill point, that it should just give it to you. Definitely not one of my favorite mechanics in recent HSR. Alright, yeah, we just have to get our skill points back. Same thing here. Unfortunately, there's no point. She's not going to have the ult buff for this. We'll use it now for the sake of efficiency. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that we can't push Murata through into the next phase right now. She's going to spawn, or at least get her very close. Because she's going to spawn the elites now, and these elites unfortunately don't really help. They turn on the cleave that Aglaea does, but killing them doesn't actually do anything. So, in fact, they're just going to soak up a lot of damage. If we had like one more light cone on somebody, I feel like we would have had a better chance of getting Grafia pretty low. But the turbulence is not going to quite kill her. This probably does, though. Alright, so we're going to get pushed into the next phase. This is kind of unfortunate because we don't have max skill points. Hopefully somebody resists this. Sunday resists it. Okay, Huohuo. Don't actually need Huohuo to get unbroken. So this is fine. You absolutely have to get unbroken, though. Please don't die. I hate this mechanic. I hate RNG in my gacha video game. I have limits. Limits! Okay. Basic, yeah, we need to get our skill points back. Do have to skill here to rebuff. Okay. Lots of energy for Huohuo passively, just from all these actions, which is nice. Huohuo's shield goes down. I think I'm okay. Yeah. We're probably going to get it back quickly. Okay, there we go. This is all we needed. So, she spawns more ads, and unfortunately the only thing, again, they're going to do is soak up this turbulence. Actually, they soaked up a lot of it. That's very bad. Honestly, this boss is kind of boring. you don't really interact with her in any meaningful way. She's kind of a punching bag. Okay. Yeah, just basic. She's gonna stun somebody now, but we have plenty of skill points now. Okay, we get enough energy for another turn, which is nice. And so you see Robin has her ult coming right up. Okay, buddy. Do I just pass this? Let's try. Okay. So Robin has her ult coming right up, and that's why it was so important that we spam the ult at the 0 AV of the first cycle of this wave. That ult is gonna allow us just enough pace to kill this boss. So we're gonna have a couple of turns in front of us. %, pull up, and it's over. 3 cycles. Okay, final stage. We are going to use Mydei. This matchup is okay. You would think that it's good because it's 3 targets and imaginary, so his cleave should be solid here. But the problem is there's just not a lot of outgoing damage for him to soak up. And with E1, he kind of wants 4 to 5 targets. So he can struggle a bit. But here, we are going to trigger Fire Emblem Engage, engaging Emblem Mydei. We need to get as many skills out as possible. And we will let him take his natural turn. And then after his natural turn goes out, then we will use our trivial. I think I will use my Siren skill here. Okay. Basic. It's gonna get his skill from passive damage. Nice. Probably heal here. Same thing, I think. We do want these enemies to take their turns. Yeah, okay. So, we do want Siren to get back in here. I think this should trigger Tribules. Okay, this gives him his natural skill. No kill quite yet, huh? We're gonna have to skill here, aren't we? Okay. Use this here. It's gonna get put in the box. Sure. Here we buff him. Buff him again. Okay, max out his damage. Get a skill out. Does not kill, brings him to half health. Okay, he's gonna get a natural one. Hopefully this is enough to kill them. It's not. That sucks. Alright, I do want him to get out, so he can start taking damage on the boss. And it's better for our damage on the boss as well to get her popped out. Okay. Plenty of skill points we can heal here. Okay. Close to a natural turn. Turbulence goes out. Okay. We do need to get her killed before this next phase switch. Perfect. Okay. So now we get sent into the box. This is less than ideal. I would have rather gone into the box with that skill going off against the enemies, but beggars can't be choosers. Okay, so now we buff his attack. Okay. Now they're gonna hit him a bunch of times. They don't know that he likes that. Okay. Action advance. %. Heal again. One more time, and we're not out by 1%. That's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. Alright, he's gonna kill that, I hope, yeah? Alright, now he's out. Action advance the team. And if I don't think we get this a cycle earlier if he got bounced out, but it would have been nice. It would have been nice. Probably would have had like one extra attack, and it would have been very close to a 2 cycle, but without that we're gonna have to be satisfied with a 3 cycle. And you could probably fish for that 1%, just don't have to. Yeah. And he finishes this. And finally, Pure Fiction. Alright, on the first side we are going to get a Seele stage. Seele is a unit we lost to 50-52 at the end of last year, but with the Nova Flare she is pretty good. She is sort of interchangeable with Archer, but because she kills enemies for 1 skill point instead of 2 like Archer, she tends to process Pure Fiction a bit more efficiently and tends to score a bit higher. So definitely a useful tool to take advantage of. Okay, so this is Resurgence skill. It should hit harder. It should kill here. And then this ultimate should kill. And we're trying to get Dan his ults. Okay. If we action advance, we're just gonna get pulled up by Sparkle anyway. So might as well skill here. Get Dan his ults. Okay. We can skill here. That's fine. Okay, now we can start processing these. We are gonna hit the Resurgence at this point. I don't want to hit these because they have the shield on them. Now that it's broken though, I have no issue with breaking it. Okay. Let's go for this guy. Let the dragon go out. And now with the dragon's out, we can ult. This should be a kill. And I think it's better if we just basic here. Just to pull her up in front of Sparkle. And maybe we can kill that dog with follow-ups. Okay. Nice, dog goes down. And now this phase is just gonna end as soon as Seele takes her turn. But we do get this follow-up, which is nice. We got a Sparkle ult coming up, so this skill is fine. Now we're gonna ult right away. Okay, so now our goal is to kill these bugs as much as possible. They debuff the elites. Which means that after like 7 or 8 debuffs on the elite, we're going to start going after it. But for now, it's more efficient to just kill bugs. More bugs for the Blood God. Let's got the dragon go out. Ults. Okay, so if we basic here, we don't get ahead of Sparkle. So I think a skill is just better here. Let's try to get a bug out. Nice. We are going to lose this whimsicality. 6 bugs. That's a Ceridra follow-up. Okay. After this bug, we're gonna start going on to the enemy. Skill points are pretty tough. We're not gonna have Sparkle for a while. 59 AV. So I think it is more efficient just basic here. Maybe try to get a bug in. Yeah. She's gonna skill. Can I afford this? No, because that was right next. So I think we're just basic. Okay, so 1 dragon goes out. Let's do... Okay, unfortunately we're still killing them in 1 skill. And now we go after the Griffin. Yeah, 5% is definitely worth it. Actually... Nice. So... 43, 11. So we get pulled up at 27, Sparkle's at 11, 38. We're gonna get action advanced though. By Sparkle as well. I wonder what's correct. I'm gonna do this. And you get some energy for her. Yeah. Okay. Kill bug. Yeah, this is gonna finish it. So... I think we just skill here. This is a kill. Can skill here, and then ult here. This should kill the frozen soldier for a resurgence. Great. Now just go on these frozen soldiers. Just make sure to keep killing them. Okay. Definitely don't like these being up. I think we basic here. And then ult after there's a good target for it. Yeah, clear these out. Let the dragon go out. Kill this. Okay. Generated base. Okay, basic. Yeah, we're gonna be tight on skill points, so basic. Okay, he takes his turn. This is fine. She's gonna start murdering these low health enemies. more turns. Let's go here. Let's try to spawn a soldier. Okay, we did spawn a soldier. So we can do this. And that did not kill, unfortunate. Okay, pull up Sparkle. This should kill. Okay. Break the armors. And then one more ult. We're gonna lose our whimsicality in a second, so kind of just want to make sure this guy does not take a turn. We don't want him freezing people. This is a basic. I'm gonna need the skill points. Okay. Yeah, let's keep going here. Let's get this resurgence good. Keep going after the weakened enemies. We don't have the whimsicality, so we do want to skill here just to get this guy a little lower, and this resurgence should get us a kill. Okay, good. And now we want to action advance Seele in front of Sparkle. Yeah, so here we're just gonna basic. We're gonna wait for Japar to take his turn. Oh no, he didn't do his turn. Okay, we absolutely have to save that. Cerebral. Do we? We'll see. Next turn, the break is unfortunate on Japar because what's gonna happen is he is going to wake up and do damage to the whole party. Maybe a dragon can take... he's gonna armor up. And Seele gets kind of bricked by it. Okay. It's fine. Guess we can skill here. Yeah, skill and hopefully advance in front of Japar. Okay. Yeah, kill the weak. Dragon's gonna unfortunately go past him, but okay. Now, if I basic, I'm not in front of Sparkle. I don't think I get a lot more turns either way. Fortunately, after Japar goes, Dan is now going to go, and then Dan is going to break Japar's shields with his ult. Realistically, this is 55 AV. Seele is 43 AV. 27. Realistically, Sparkle just pulls her right up to 0 AV, so I don't think this would change too much. So I think we just skill here. Yeah, he's gonna do his shields now, that's fine. Cool. And now we just break them right away. Okay. Get... This should be a... Actually, I don't know. I know this will be a kill. Okay, let's see. I have one ult. And a couple of skills. I don't think there's any way for us to really advance ourselves back into the cycle. Yeah, just make sure this ult kills to get 36,000 points. And I guess we're just... This does not advance us back in. There's realistically no way for Sparkle to get back in. So I guess we skill here. I don't think this is going to get us any more points. But let's see. Yeah. There's no way this kills, right? Alright. Some damage on Japard. And that's it. Node 2 is going to be Aglaea, and I'm just gonna warn you, it's gonna be rough. There's only so much Aglaea can do with the help that she's gonna get. So, she'll do her best, but... Ooh, it's not pretty. Realistically, I think one thing she needs is, like... something in the Huohuo slot that buffs her damage more besides this ult. Maybe E1 Huohuo is the answer to that, but fortunately Robin SP does work very well with Aglaea. But it's just a lot. She's gonna do a lot of attacks, and it's gonna look fancy and impressive, and without any follow-ups on this team, she's just gonna struggle to push any of these waves through. Oh, and she misses on the energy. It's very interesting how these attack-a-lot characters have developed, sort of, where without follow-ups and out-of-turn attacks, the regular AV that they have just isn't enough anymore. It's just too... It's too slow. Like, you can't just be moving very fast. You have to be moving 50 times outside of turn. This might be a kill. I can probably skill here, this is fine. Do I ult? No, I'm gonna ult Huohuo ult after the Aglaea turn. I think she's going to get her own ult. Okay. Now she gets pulled up. And like, she's attacking a lot, but without her team helping out with the wave, because they're all buffers, it's very slow. So we're gonna lose the first cycle here. Don't have any problems with energy, but... Okay, can we kill 3 targets? I think this kills 3 targets and we just move on to the next stage. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so now we want to do as much damage to the lady before she turns on her debuff, her dot mitigation healing, whatever mechanic that she does. Okay. Shields up. We're also going to lose the whimsicality in a second. Yeah, just keep skilling with Huoko. We have plenty of points. Okay, here we can go here and cleave the side enemies, that's fine. But now we want to definitely be killing. Focusing on killing. So that we can get our grit value back up. You know, it would be nice if the dressmaker's attacks counted as follow-ups. Or rather, either follow-ups or basics. I mean, he's doing a little basic attack, right? A tiny little baby basic attack. Okay. This gives us grit value. Oh, it's so annoying. She's gonna get her grit value right from this basic, which means she gets no value out of the energy bonus. Cringe. Yeah, see? Quoho didn't get any either. Cringe. And lose another cycle here. It's just all very slow. And again, this is not her fault. Like, her team has no light cones, no Eidolon investment, really. So she's doing the best that she can with the tools that she's been given. Okay. She's out, getting a little boop to the lady with the crashing waves. Okay, switch targets here. Yeah, okay, the crashing waves damage is starting to stack up. Okay. This should get us an extra attack. It did not. That's cringe as well. Yeah, just at this point, we'll just wait for our turn. Ults. I guess we can do this here. Yeah, so the percent damage on the crashing waves is starting to like actually tick for meaningful numbers. And at least we action advance it with our cleave at a reasonable pace, but... Okay. Switch targets here. Maybe a little boop can get us the kill. Yeah, it does. Cool. Gonna lose our whimsicality now. Get back to working on it. Okay, we're gonna get another turn here. Skill gets assault, I believe. Yeah. Rebuff. We are in our last cycle, but let's see. Just need to kill one enemy, right? Okay, this kill will push us into the next wave, and then we can ult right away to get us, okay, against Pom Pom. So now, really, we're just fighting for a couple of points. Easiest target to kill is the Hydrant. We're not getting back. Whoa, ult. Okay. So this is going to trigger one of the armor breaks. Can we realistically kill? No, I don't think we can kill another Hydrant at all. So I think we're just gonna go here. Get some chip damage. Yeah. So this is gonna do some damage, not a lot. Unfortunately, the big toughness damage is when you get the second armor off, and that's it. All right, so 25k on the Aglaea side is not beautiful at all, but fortunately, it's a mode with 3 teams, and the 3 teams can help each other out, and you don't have to do everything with only one team. Okay, we're gonna wait here for a second. Gonna let him take his natural turn. Tribi ults. And now ults with Cyrene. And I think the first one we can use on Tribi. This Emblem Age Tribi is kind of decent in Pure Fiction. It's probably his best mode. Tribi on her own can, of course. Okay, so Cyrene is like at 0 action value. So I'm going to advance. I'm going to let Cyrene take this turn, and then use Tribi's ults. I don't really care about advancing the other 2, but I do care about advancing Cyrene. But the whole team doing a lot of AoE damage is very nice in Pure Fiction. Gets us through the first stage like very quickly. Mydei doesn't really have to do anything. Skill here is fine. I'm gonna use a Mydei skill here. I'm saving a Zolt just so that he can use it at the start of the next field, next wave. Okay, Tribi gets our ult back. I think this ult is gonna push us into the next wave. Oh. Well, even better. I guess we would have preferred that to go on this wave, but this is good enough. Let's kill this. Gonna get the whole team a bunch of energy. Nice, nice. Okay, we've got a whole new fresh wave, so we can actually engage Emblem Mydei here. overflowing with energy. I am going to let Serene take her turn. Gonna have a whole bunch of energy coming back, so this is fine. Okay, one more skill point. Oh, she got energy for Triby to advance as is. Let's see if we can finish this before Mydei's next turn. Okay, cool, we didn't even waste that enhanced skill. Okay, it takes his natural turn. This is basic, it's fine. We want him to get the energy for his ult so he can taunt the deer. The deer actually does like pretty significant damage. So having the deer get taunted is actually kind of important. Okay, so here we see the power of E1 Mydei. Although Triby's obviously doing a lot of work as well. And so I mean, the whole team just does so much AoE. Okay, yeah, just keep scaling here, this is fine. Okay. So he's gonna get his turn before the deer, which is important. Because that will be what gets him. Yep. So now we're gonna have the deer taunted. Let's do it like this. His roots are awake. So they will taunt, they will hit him, yep. Triby gets energy back. And so this is much easier. You can see the power of investment. Like, if you invest, easy life. If you keep a unit starved with just a couple of Eidolons on the whole team, they're gonna suffer. Okay. I'm gonna lose our whimsicality in a second. She gets both get mind control. That's actually very annoying. Fortunately, she still gets stacks while mind controlled. Yeah, we can skill here. Yeah, we can let Mydei go here. Okay. And now we enhance skill. Get our whimsicality back. Natural enhanced skill. Sure. Okay, this gets us ults, which I think gets us another action, which gets us another enhanced skill. And so this team is obviously destroying this stage. I wish I could break it up. Like, I wish I could move one of these pieces somewhere else. But unfortunately, the thing is, like, they just work so well together that you move one piece away and suddenly you go from clearing the whole thing in 2 cycles to clearing it in like 4 cycles and maybe not even getting the full 40k. You get like 38.5, 39k. So, if there is a character that comes out that allows you to break up the Cyrene, Hysolins, Triby engine, especially separating Hysolins and Cyrene, it becomes super important. But one more enhanced skill, and I believe this should be enough to finish. Yeah, GG. Alright, let's wrap things up while the builds play in the background. Overall, the account played out as I expected, and it's nice to see that it's still able to clear everything with full stars. When Mydei released, a lot of the people made the mistake of listening to creators and getting his light cone, but that just made him a better blade, which is not good. I pulled his E1 instead, and he's been a great AoE DPS for me ever since. He's a character I could see myself investing more into through his light cone. I pulled Anaxa to cover for single target fights where Mydei was bad, and he did that job well for a while, but without good Eidolons, he is falling off. I think I regret pulling the Hurdle light cone for him. He can still do fast clears on a budget without a sustain, but that's going to end soon, eventually, and I wouldn't invest more in him. One problem is that he really wants Cyrene on his team, but he's usually not the best heir to give Cyrene to in terms of overall performance. Cyrene is a big problem for Amphoreus because of how centralizing she is. Most heirs feel bad to play without her in my opinion, but you only have one Cyrene for 3 stages. This is also the problem with Aglaea, where she does do better with Cyrene, but doesn't improve so much to justify giving Cyrene to her. Aglaea was also hurt by the fact that Evernight doesn't help her at all. On top of that, in my opinion, Cyrene feels bad without Hyacine. In the long term, players who started playing in Amphoreus need to reduce this Cyrene dependency. Robin SP I think is very important to pull because she can do exactly that for characters like Anaxa, Aglaea, and others. Himiko SP is also important because she can take characters like Sunday or Saridra that may not have a home anymore after Amphoreus and use them on her team. Finally, Archer continues to be important for Amphoreus accounts. Starward mode is easy, mostly because of that option of the free team existing. And Rin is a big upgrade for him, even over Saridra. I wouldn't invest too much into him, I expect him to fall off by August next year again. But for a low cost of E0S1 Rin, she will get him that far. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's another set of fake characters next year. Since this account hasn't been pulling recently, I still have a lot of pulls left over in the bank and to be farmed. Those are the pulls I would make: Himiko, Robin, Rin. But I'll leave that to your imagination because this is probably the last video for this account. A goodbye to Amphoreus. To replace this, I have a different project, a different account, where I give the power back to the people. Subscribe and like, join the Discord, the link is in the description. I'll see you in the next one.